Welcome to today's lesson about ionic bonding, one of the key forces shaping the metals around us. An ionic bond is formed when atoms transfer electrons, resulting in charged particles called ions. This happens when some atoms, like sodium, readily lose electrons, while others, like chlorine, strongly attract them. The oppositely charged ions are then held together by a powerful force of attraction, creating stable compounds such as common table salt. By the end of this lesson, you shall understand how ionic bonds form and different terms explained as well, like oxidation and reduction. We will master following topics in this video: ionic bond, cation, anion, conditions for formation of the ionic bond, reaction of sodium and chlorine to form sodium chloride, and the bonding in sodium chloride, oxidation, reduction, and redox phenomenon. What is ionic bond? When electrons move from one atom to another atom, the positive and negative ions are formed. A force operates between positively and negatively charged ions, which hold these oppositely charged ions together. This is the ionic bond. In the right hand side, a figure, you can see that sodium cation is formed and chlorine anion is formed here, and one electron is transferred from the sodium atom to chlorine atom. As a result, cation and anion are formed. Cation and anion. These are the specific carried charges. When electrons are ejected from an atom, a positive ion is formed. This ion is called cation. And when electrons are added to an atom, a negative ion is formed. This ion is called anion. For ionic bond formation, usually electrons are transferred from the metal atoms to the non-metal atoms. As a result, in doing so, the atoms become more stable due to their full octet that they gain in electrons in their outermost shell. Here is the chemical combination. A sodium metal in the solid form reacted with chlorine gas. Here, sodium chloride is formed. The reaction takes place between these two elements, resulting in the formation of the sodium chloride. The product is sodium chloride. Any positive Cl negative, an ionic compound is formed. You can see here in the figure that sodium chloride is a crystalline solid. Here the chemical combination takes place. Sodium metal and chlorine gas take place and ionic bond is formed. Condition for formation of ionic bond. Metal atoms are electropositive enough to lose electrons, while non-metal atoms are electronegative enough to accept electrons. So in doing so, metal atoms turn to cations and non-metal atoms to the anions. Cation carry positive charges and anion carry negative charges. In the figure in the right hand side, you can see that Na positive and chloride ions have their outer shells completed. They have the complete octet of electrons. Sodium with chlorine. Consider what happens when sodium metal reacts with chlorine gas. So, as a result, the combination takes place and sodium chloride is formed. Sodium plus chlorine gives sodium chloride salt. Bonding in sodium chloride. A figure you can see here. One electron from the sodium atom is transferred to the chlorine atom. As a result, here, due to the transfer of the electrons, sodium and chlorine atom vanish, and you can see that due to the transfer of the electrons, Na positive cation is formed and Cl negative anion is formed. These oppositely charged ions attract each other, so the electrostatic force of attraction hold these oppositely charged ions together. So an ionic bond is formed between these two ions. Ionic bond, it is the electrostatic force of attraction. Here you have seen how one electron is moved from sodium atom to chlorine atom to form positive and negative ion. The resultant ions have their octets complete. The resultant cations and anions, being oppositely charged, attract each other with a strong electrostatic force of attraction. Oxidation. What is oxidation? Oxidation involves loss of electron from an element, that is sodium oxidized to cation as shown below. In the equation you can see that sodium atom on losing one electron is converted to Na positive ion. So sodium atom is oxidized and sodium cation is formed, that is Na positive ion is formed. Here the positive charge on the sodium is increased, so the positive charge increase is the oxidation of the element, or the removal of electron from an atom is also the oxidation of an atom. Here the next one is the reduction. Reduction involves gain of electrons. So a chlorine atom is reduced to anion in this way. In the figure below you can see that chlorine after gaining one electron is converted to the chloride ion. So this process is the reduction of the chlorine. Redox reactions. Redox reactions are those reactions which involve simultaneous oxidation and reduction phenomenon. That is, oxidation of one element and the reduction of the second element take place in this type of the reaction. Here one electron moves from the sodium atom to the chlorine atom. Sodium atom is oxidized to Na positive ion, while chlorine on gaining one electron is reduced to Cl negative ions. So the overall redox reaction is the transfer of the electron from the sodium atom to the chlorine atom.